All right, what is up, everybody? Sysadmin Sean here, and we are on day 10 of the Linux Upskill Challenge. Now, at this point, you guys know the deal, so we're just going to go right into it. Day 10 is about scheduling tasks. Now, this is something I don't do a lot of, but I am familiar with, and it's kind of interesting. One of the other things they show you, so let's get right into it and check it out. So the first thing they want you to do is install a package called at sudo apt install. We'll get that installed real quick. Okay, that's installed, and then it wants us to get our basically our output, our screen. So we're going to use at to actually send ourselves a message to the screen via an automated pts 0 at now plus 1 minute. So it's going to take now plus a minute when I hit enter, and 60 seconds from after I hit enter, it will put that message on the screen. So let's check that out. Did I mistype something? I did. Cancel. And whoop. There we go. Warning, commands will be executed using binsh, job 1, Thursday, and there it is. Is it going to do it every 60 seconds? Let's find out. Oh, at now and in 1 minute. This is definitely not a standard way to do this. A lot of times people use crontab, which is what we have on what we're going to be discussing today. And for Ubuntu, Debian releases, RHEL releases, crontab. Both use crontab. Works great. We're going to cancel this because we know what's going to happen. Let's do crontab-L. So we don't have a crontab. Makes sense. Now, if we go to crontab-E, this will let us edit. I'm going to choose 1 because I love nano. So this is our cron tab. And notice it's empty. It's got some comments in there saying about what we can do and things like that. So what we're going to do is we are going to copy that command we just did, which I do believe that is actually the right command. So, and if we save this, and then we do crontab-L, crontab-L. There we go. We can see that we've got that echo hello world dev bts. I'm curious real quick. Yeah, that's the right one. All right. The cron job will print the string hello world to your terminal every minute until we remove or update the cron job. Wait a few minutes and see what it does. Let's at least see it do it once. While we're waiting, you can see right here in this comment that there's actually a pretty decent little example of something you can do to back up your home directory at 5 a.m. every week. Hey, there we go. And it'll keep doing that every minute. So you're probably wondering, well, what do all these asterisks mean? How does it tell? Well, if you read up here, it explains that each one of them is related to a different part of time: day of week, month of year, day of month, hour, and minute. Going, if you go left to right, it's minute, hour, day, month, day of week. And that's how that works. There's a really great little, this is something I've always seen done. So let's get in here real quick. Ugh. If I could type today, let's clear this out because we don't want that going to our screen every minute. And a lot of people put this in their crontab baseline. This is your little template to tell you how to lay it out and what you can actually do with cron. So you throw that in. Minute values can be 0 to 59, hours 0 to 23, days 1 to 31, months 1 to 12, and day of the week 0 to 6, 0 denoting Sunday. And I've got some information here. You leave the star for a wild card. You can list multiple values with a comma, specify a range with a dash, obviously, and then specify a periodicity, we'll just say frequency with a slash. So let's do some general system administration tasks, kind of, using scheduling. So let's take that command right up here that it was going to have us, that it was showing before. And yeah, let's save that. Do you want to retry? Errors in crontab file, can't install. Yeah, sure. What's wrong with it? Oh, it probably doesn't like that this isn't commented because I'm a dingus. Hello? Where are you? There you are. Don't forget to comment out your instructions. And there was a wonderful little... I nuked it. I'm so sad. That doesn't lay out right at all. And you know what? Exit. Boom. Yes, please. Bang, 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 bang. There. Now it's happy. Okay, so now that will quit posting. We've got our cron tab cleared up. So anyway, we were going to do this command right here. Tar var backups home tgg into home. I don't know if this is going to throw an error, but we're going to see. Yeah, permission denied. Let's do a sudo here. So this is basically just going to back up my home folder, all the home folders really, into one tar file. They show a different version on here, which gives more information. There's verbosity listed in theirs, but that's kind of what it's doing. So now that we've taken that, that was manual. Okay, cool. But what if we wanted to do that on a schedule, right? So we'll have to go through and cover a little bit more of a schedule. We need to pick something like 05001. Or if we wanted to do every day, 05***. My goodness, how much is in this home directory? Actually, there's probably a lot. I should cancel that. But let's say we wanted to, so what we can do is there are some neat commands. We can do date-i. That's going to give us today's date, or at least as of recording. And what we can do is we can then use that flag on our backup like so. Home dot $, date-i dot tar.gz. And that will put the date in there so that we can keep track of multiple backups. And what we'll want to do is we will want to take this command and we want to go into crontab, usually roots crontab, like so. And you'll notice that there's already something in here because this is running pterodactyl. But maybe we want to do 05 bang, 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 1, 2, 3, and paste. So that will start taking backups on the cron job every day at 5 a.m., which is really cool. And then once we've done that, we will be able to see multiple backups using that same date.i command. So all of your backups will basically be in var backups /home dot 2025-03-20.tar.gz, so on and so forth for each day at 5 a.m. And we'll go more into some of the search features that they show off in this lesson and actually the next lesson, which I think is pretty cool. Now, there's also the systems cron tab, which runs a lot of wonderful processes in the back. So let's check that out. Cat Etsy cron tab. So we've got stuff on here to do cron hourly, daily, weekly, and monthly. Makes sense, right? And then let's explore what these do. Now, I'm not sure. Yeah, no, those exist on the rel side too. So we can also take a look at that. So we do sudo ls-l var spool cron tabs. So there's our cron tabs for root and for me. And of course, because we made one for me, that's why that one is showing up there. Now, if we go into cd etsy and we type cron, we can see cron.d, cron daily, cron hourly, cron monthly, weekly. Let's see what's in daily. Is there anything in there? So Apache 2's got something, a port, app compat, dpkg, log rotate, which is real important, systat. All of those are pretty important. we can also take a look at those specific files. So let's cat dpkg. So there's some information about, let's see what we got in here. That's just doing a dpkg db backup. So that's kind of cool. All major Linux distributions now include systemd as well as starting and stopping services. This can also be used to run tasks at a specific time via timers. See which ones are already configured on your server. Now this I did not know. Systemctl list timers. I've never heard of this. Okay, so cool. So there's a systat collector timer, a firewall update refresh timer, PHP session clean, which is probably because of something I installed, dpkg backup, log rotate timer, systat summary timer, update notifier download. So that's an Ubuntu one for sure. System temp files clean timer, neat man db. So that's updating the manual files. Message of the day news timer. So if you do a message of the day, that will kind of make sure to check for updates there. So that's really neat. And that's it. That's cron. So you can use cron to do tons of stuff. If you want it to take backups, you can do that. If you want it to send you an email, maybe you wanted to get a daily email with that information in it, you could totally do that. There's a way to send email from your system using the, is the send mail installed on here? No. Is MailX installed on here? Mail 3 is installed on here. I'm not familiar with that one, but there's commands you can use to dump it to an IP address. And as long as this thing could hit some form of mail relay or mail server, it could send you an alert. You could also have it send you a local email message on the server. Tons of different stuff you could do here. You could set it to automatically change the host name every hour. I wouldn't, but you could. And that's what cron's good for, is automating tasks that are going to happen on a schedule. Maybe you, like it shows, backups, but really in a sysadmin enterprise environment, we back up the whole virtual machine. We don't back up just folders, unless it's like a file server, something like that. But that's about it for this one, and we'll see you in day 11.